Most people think that the reason why they are not signing the amount of clients they desire is because of their marketing. I have been doing this since 2012. I can tell you that majority of the people is really struggling with their messaging. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Money Marketing Monday with Niala. I am super excited to be here another Monday morning. So today we're going to be talking about how to find your ideal clients, challenges, and pain points. And this is so important. If you are someone who is struggling to connect with your ideal clients, if you are someone who is struggling to generate leads, maybe you're out here and you're doing a lot of marketing, you're doing all the things that you're supposed to do. However, you are not attracting the right people, right? How do you know if you're not attracting the right people? Well, if you're getting a lot of people to book calls with you, but they're not your ideal customers, right? They're not your ideal clients, then that means that you may be attracting the wrong people, or you're getting a lot of objections, then you may be attracting the wrong people. So if this is you, then I want you to stick around, because most people think that what their issue is marketing, right? Most people think that the reason why they are not signing the amount of clients they desire is because of their marketing. And while this is true for some people, I have been doing this since 2012. I can tell you that majority of the people is really struggling with their messaging, not necessarily their marketing. Your marketing is really easy. Get your stuff in front of the right people consistently, and you're going to make some money. But if your stuff is not connecting, if you are not speaking to the emotions, right? If you're not speaking to the part of your ideal clients that make them take action, that gets them to want to take action, then your marketing isn't going to work anyway. Okay. And so we're going to speak about a piece of that today. We're going to talk about how to find your ideal clients' challenges and how to find their pain points. All right. So if you're watching this somewhere else other than the Female Coaches Society, welcome. My name is Niala Thorpe. I'm a marketing and income strategist for coaches. I'm also the CEO for Market Your Message, where we help coaches, consultants, and service professionals find and market their unique message so they can consistently sign high-paying clients, right? So there are two things that I believe. Number one, I believe that everyone has a story, okay? Even the people who tell me they don't have one, I believe that everyone has a story. So you've been through things, you've achieved things, you've overcome things, right? You've experienced things. And I truly believe that because of that, you are in the perfect position to use those experiences to impact other people's lives, right? So that's the first thing that I believe. The second thing that I believe, and that my team here at Market Your Message believes, is that when you lay down a solid foundation with the right business structure, when you implement the right marketing strategies to be able to attract, nurture, and convert your clients, and when you implement the right growth systems, you absolutely have everything you need to have a successful business, okay? And so here at Market Your Message, that's what we help you do. Share your story so you can attract and connect with the right people, and we show you how to monetize your skills and your experiences, okay? If you are watching this somewhere else other than the Female Coaches Society and you are a coach or consultant, please come on over to the FCS squad. We are happy to have you. You can go to joinniala.com, group.marketyourmessage.net. Katrina, can you put that below as well? Group.marketyourmessage.net. That's the new link to find the Facebook group. All right, let's jump into it. So we're talking about how to find your ideal clients, challenges, and pain points, okay? For me, this is important because this is how you get people to, what's the right word? This is how you get people to stop and take notice. This is how you get people to actually pay attention to your content. You know, a lot of times as experts, the biggest mistake that I see people make with their messaging is that they forget that they once didn't know what they know. And even me, myself, have made these mistakes. Like, we are experts now. You know, maybe you have a certification, maybe you have a college degree, maybe you have been using your expertise on your job, right? And so you're an expert now. And so sometimes you forget that you once was not an expert, and your ideal clients, they're not an expert. So when you start coming out here and you're teaching all these big, strategies, and you're using all the words that the experts know, you're not speaking their language because they don't even understand that yet. And so knowing their challenges, your clients' challenges and their pain points, and being able to speak to that in your content is really what's going to get them to stop and take notice. Now, once they stop and take notice and they know who you are and they come into your community, whether it's by joining a Facebook group or getting on your list or joining a webinar, whatever it is that you do, what you have to get their attention, once they come in your world, then you start to teach them those other things because you have already enrolled them into you, right? And so this is why what we're going to talk about today is really important. First, let's start talking about what a challenge is, okay? Let's start there, just in case there are people here who really don't even know what I'm talking about. Listen, a challenge is the roadblock that your ideal clients face, and they face many roadblocks. A challenge are the roadblocks that they face when they are trying to achieve a goal. And so if you are a health coach and you help people lose weight, okay, so the goal is that they want to lose weight. And the challenge are the roadblocks that come up for them when they're trying to lose weight, okay? Like for me, I help people with getting more clients, okay? So the goal is they want to be able to consistently sign high-paying clients. And there are roadblocks that they face on their way to be able to achieve that goal. That is what a challenge is. Number two, the pain point. The definition of the pain point, these are the emotions, okay? The emotions that your ideal clients are feeling because of those roadblocks. So I'm going to say it again. The challenge is the roadblock. So they're trying to achieve a goal and they face some roadblocks. Those are the challenges. The pain point is the feeling that they get when they face these roadblocks, right? How is it affecting their life? That's the emotions, okay? Now, anybody who's been in my community for a long time, you know that I am the queen of messaging. I have been doing this since 2012. And so y'all know that I talk about emotionally connecting with people all the time. I firmly, 100%, if I was a judge and I had one of them thingies, let me tell you something, I would be beating it right now because I 100% have grown my business through connection. I am not the most popular. I don't have the most biggest community. I'm not really into the fame and the limelight, right? But I have grown my business to multiple six figures because I know how to connect with people. And that's why I truly believe that this is the way that it's done, okay? So guys, you have to learn how to connect with people, and you connect with people when you speak to their emotions. And that's the reason why we just can't talk about problems. This is what people do good. They know the challenges. They know the roadblocks. They know the problems that their ideal clients are facing. But what they don't think about is the emotions that's attached to it. What they don't think about is the emotion when your ideal client is up late at night crying. I remember when I used to be in that position, when I was online trying to grow my business and using all the strategies and trying to figure out why aren't people stopping and taking notice. And I remember at night, because I didn't want my kids to see me, you know, as mothers, we try to hide what it is that we're going through. And I used to go through times at night when I would just cry by myself, or I would be in the kitchen and I would just cry because it's like I'm working and I want to be successful and I really want it, right? And I'm trying to figure out what's happening and I'm feeling down on myself, right? And we go through these emotions. That's what you got to be able to tap into if you want people to stop and take notice. So if your content is falling on deaf ears, it's because you're not thinking about the emotions. So now that you know what the challenge is and you know what the pain point is, let's talk about 3 strategies. I'm going to give you 3 strategies to be able to find your ideal client's challenges and pain points. This is what I have done over the years. This is what my clients do who are very successful at what they do. And this is what I still do right now. Okay, so it works. Number 1, and it's going to be very simple. So some of you are going to be like, really, Niala? Yeah, but if you knew it, you'd be doing it. But okay, that we're going to put that aside. Number 1, you have to ask. Number 1, if you want to know your client's challenges and pain points, you have to ask. And you can't just ask once, you need to ask all the time. And so one of the things that you guys see me do here in the Female Coaches Society is that I'm always asking questions. And I do not ask questions just because I want engagement. I know that's what some of you think because that's what some of the experts teach. And yes, that's a way to increase engagement. But I am very intentional and strategic about the questions that I ask. So yes, I'm trying to build engagement in my community here with you guys. but I'm also getting research. I'm asking you the information that I need to know to be able to better create marketing messages that's going to get you guys to pay attention. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I'm asking you so I can get the information that I need to be able to create better marketing messages that's gonna get you guys to pay attention. And so I am continuously asking questions, and that's what you need to do. And that's just one strategy, asking. You can ask in your Facebook groups. You can survey your list. You can ask questions on any of your social media platforms. You just have to create an atmosphere of asking. You know, one of the things, and this is just so I can make some of you who are doing this already, but you might not be getting any response, and you might be sitting there looking at my live right now like, Niala, but I'm already doing this. It's not working. Can I share something with you? Can I be transparent? I used to be the queen on Instagram. Okay. So if any one of you are new to me and y'all don't know, my claim to fame was Instagram. Okay. I ran 7 pages. I had pages over 100,000 followers. I ran one of the top women's empowerment pages, We Win Movement, on Instagram. That was my platform of choice before I moved over here to Facebook. And so I got hacked when there was this time about 2 years ago when people were just getting hacked left and right, even more than now. And I got hacked and I had to start all over. And I felt a little bit defeated. And so I put Instagram aside and I started putting a lot of my attention onto Facebook because this is where we were making most of the sales in my company. And so last year, at the end of the year, I said to my team, listen, for 2022, I want to get back on Instagram. You know, I'm good at Instagram and I know I can learn the new strategies and I can grow again. And I want to put some interest there. I want to put some of our time and manpower behind growing Instagram. And so just about the asking, this is what we're talking about right now. So because I know that one of the ways that you could create engagement on your social media is by asking a lot of questions, I started putting out these like quote cards where I would ask questions. Since I want to say November, we've been doing this and we haven't gotten one response. I'm being transparent, guys, because if you're someone who's been doing this and you're like, but I keep doing it and people are not answering, I want to share with you that so do I. But you have to keep doing it. That's the point. You got to keep doing it, right? Because if you weren't always asking questions and you didn't always survey your list and you didn't always ask for the data that you need, then you have to start teaching people how to respond to you. And you have to do that through consistency. All right. So I want you to feel good about it, that you are not alone and you just have to keep asking. Another thing is you have to ask the right questions. You know, sometimes I just don't see that people ask the right questions, right? You got to ask the same question in different ways to try to evoke an answer, to try to get people to answer you. And so you just can't ask once and then you move away. Another thing that I do, I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm just being all the way transparent this morning. So another thing that I do, and you guys will see that I do that here in this group, is if I ask a question and I don't get a response, I go back again in 2 days and I usually tag and I'll be like, hey guys, I'm waiting on a response. What's going on? And then y'all will start responding. You see what I'm saying? So you got to go after what you want. A lot of you guys don't have the persistence that you really need to get what to get the data that you need to grow in your business. You got to be persistent. You got to be consistent, not be afraid to be embarrassed. You got to don't be afraid if people don't respond to you. You got to stop taking things so personal because what you are trying to do is grow a business. And in order to get people to pay attention to you, you got to get them to stop and take notice. And if you want them to stop and take notice, you got to keep doing it. One strategy is you got to ask. Another thing is sales calls. So if you're getting sales calls, guys, you got to start recording your sales calls, start reviewing those sales calls. And people will tell you, one of the questions that I ask when I get on a sales call with someone or strategy session, discovery session, all of you guys got different names. They all mean the same thing. You're speaking, you're having a conversation to get people to be a client. Period, right? So whenever I get on a call, I would say, well, what made you book the call with me? And you know what? People would just start telling you all the things that they're feeling, all the things that the challenges that they're facing. Okay. So that's one way that you figure it out. Once you start getting clients, then you start interviewing your clients. That's how that's another strategy to add into how you're going to figure out what are these challenges and what are these pain points, what are the emotions that people are feeling behind these challenges, so you can speak better to it in your marketing. I have a challenge that's coming up. Registration opened this morning, the Master Your Message Challenge. Why are we talking about this? Because the Master Your Message Challenge is starting, all right? So everything that we're going to be talking about from now until the challenge is going to be focused on you creating better messages so you can attract your ideal clients. If you want to go all in with me, the challenge is absolutely free. We do have a VIP ticket, but you could join whether you're a VIP or not. Okay, so that's my first little commercial. So now let's get into number two. Strategy number two. Number two, you got to start spying, guys. Spying, SPYING. You got to start spying, okay? A lot of you are in communities where people are telling you their challenges and telling you their pain points. You're just not spying. You're not using that information, okay? So I have an email that's going out. I think it's either going out today or tomorrow. And I spied to find this. There's another coach that's in my industry, and she put out a post on her Instagram and she's a huge, like a very well known. So sometimes when she puts out a post, she'll get like 500 comments and stuff, right? And so she put out a post last week and she asked, what topics would you like to see me come and bring on Instagram? And she had over 500 comments. One of the comments that went down, and I went and I spied, somebody put spy below, okay? I went and I spied. And one of the comments that someone said is that they want to know how to teach people empathy, okay? And when I saw that, God just sent me a message. God sent me a message right away. I saw the person said, I want you to teach, how do you teach people empathy? That's what she wrote. And right away, God downloaded something into me, and I wrote that in a note in my notepad. And that's the email you guys are going to receive either today or tomorrow came from that. Okay. So a lot of people be like, Niala, you speaking to me. Niala, every time I read your emails, it speaks to my heart. Everything, that's why I follow you. Well, hello guys, I'm spying. I'm listening. That's number three. So number one is you got to ask. Number two, you got to start spying. And number three, you got to start listening. I listen. Right? So when I ask you guys these questions and you give me the response, when I spy on my other counterparts in my industry and I get that research, I don't just know it, I use it. I listen. That's the third thing, right? Because let me tell you something. You heard this before. This ain't new info. You've heard this before, and you're probably out there asking, and you might even be out there spying. But what you're not doing is listening, right? And let me tell you why this happens. Because we're experts. Exactly what I was saying in the beginning. Because you're an expert, because you forget that you once didn't know what you know. You go out there and you just want to teach and share with everything what people, what people should be doing. Right? So let's say you are let's say you're a credit expert and you know that they need to be paying those bills on time, right? You know what it is that they need to be doing to be able to get, have better credit. So you go out there and you keep talking to that while they're telling you what they're struggling with, but you're not listening. So you don't speak to what it is that they're telling you. You still speak into what you want them to know. A lot of people are very me-centric in that way because they're an expert. And you know what people know, but you got to start speaking to what's going through their minds. What's keeping them up at night? What conversations are they having with their husband at night? What conversations are they having with their mom and their sister, right? What conversations are they having when they're complaining about their health, their weight, their money, their business, their life, their relationships, their mental health? What conversations are they having? You need to start speaking to that. And so that's where the listening comes in. Don't just ask the questions. Don't just survey. Don't just interview your clients. Use the data that you're getting. Let the data do the driving. Let the data do the driving in your business. So I really hope that this was useful. I really hope that you guys got something from this. I hope that you are learning something here. My only goal for Money Marketing Monday with Niala is to come and give you bite-sized content to help you master your messaging, master your marketing, so that way you can make more money. That's it. That is my only goal. So I really hope that this was useful. Again, if you have not registered for our upcoming challenge, this is our signature challenge. This is the 7th time that I have done this challenge. I have been doing it for a long time, and so many people have went on to grow in amazing businesses because of the Master Your Message Challenge. When you know how to master your message, and let me tell you something else. Your message is not your I help statement. Your message is not your I help statement. Your message is not your elevator pitch. That is just a part of your message. Okay. That is just a piece of your message. So if you want to know what it takes to nail your powerhouse message and articulate the value of your products and services, register for our challenge. Okay. On that note, I'm going to leave you all. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next Monday.